8 hours. What's going on, chicken lizard? We in the building. Yeah, we on today, man. We going live today, bro. You like the shirt? Oh, appreciate it, man. This a old shirt right here. Marina said hello. How you doing, Marina? Sabrina, Carlos, Fars. What's up, bro? What's the word on the curb? Man, we just chilling, man. We just chilling. Got some ribs in the crock pot today. They ain't gonna be done till like 10 tonight, though. Yeah, I'll be posting the finished product too. You know how we do it. You know how we do it. What's up, Hussein? I don't eat meat without barbecue. Oh, we got plenty of barbecue sauce, bro. A whole jumbo jar of it. Of what's the name of that we're using? It's called it's some of the good stuff. I can't think of the name, no. But I'm sure everybody's used this particular brand. It's one of the popular store brands that they got videos about and stuff like that. What's your favorite brand? Oh man, you know what? I like I don't know why I can't think of none of the names right now. I like the brand with the old black dude on it. I forgot the name of it though. But they got this one called Sweet and Spicy, right? And I like to pair that with one called Bold and Tangy. I don't know the name of it. I gotta go in the kitchen. I forgot. But barbecue sauce has got so many damn brands. It ain't Masterpiece. It ain't I think of the name of that. Hold on, I'm gonna go in the kitchen just so I can get the name. What's the name of that barbecue sauce? What's the name of that one that I had with the black dude on it? I don't know. Yeah, so it's called Kinder, a big bottle of Kinders, and I'll think of the name of that other one here in a minute, but I can't think of it. What's going on, Melanie? But Kinders is what we're using right now. I'm not using it. It ain't even my cook up. I'm just assisting in the process. I'll be doing barbecue ribs next week probably. Me personally, I've never done. You know what I did? I'm gonna tell you what I cooked in the crock pot though. I cooked some homemade chicken noodle soup, bro. Um, let me tell you how I did it though, right? Chopped up a whole bunch of celery, carrots, and I got a I got a whole chicken, bro. I put the whole chicken in there. Some olive oil, some just the main vegetables, man. I can't go over. I know celery and carrots were, cause I remember cutting those up, right? Rooster Rock, what's going on, man? Make sure you like and subscribe. But anyways, I put the whole chicken in there, bro. I must have let that cook for about I must have let it cook for a good 6, 7 hours, right? And then even before I put the noodles in, I just kept checking the chicken to make sure it was fall off the bone. You know what I'm saying? And then once it start to fall off the bone, I added the noodles, right? And appreciate that, Rooster. I added the noodles, man, and then I don't know. I let the noodles cook for about another hour or two. Long story short, when I was done, bro, that was the best chicken noodle soup I ever tasted in my life. Okay, man, what's going on, man? Yeah, I made that. That was the last thing that I made in a crock pot, man, with some homemade chicken noodle soup. And I'm gonna recommend that to anybody, man. If you gonna make you some chicken noodle, bro, go make you some homemade chicken noodle and get the big crock pot and use a whole chicken. I promise you, you'll eat all of that shit. You won't waste none of it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't waste none of it. I'm like, man, ready to do that again. You know what I'm saying? And eventually I will. You know, it just, I got to get a few things straight, man. But, you know, I used a lot of seasoning. But with the thing about chicken noodle soup is you don't have to use a lot of seasoning, man. Yeah, it's the best, bro. Chicken noodle soup. Homemade. I mean, it's either that or Campbell's. You know what I'm saying? A good high protein breakfast meal. Man, at least 3 boiled eggs with the yolk. You gotta have some oatmeal, some whole milk. And what I like to do, since you speaking on high protein, is put a scoop of peanut butter in my oatmeal with a little bit of sugar, right? Because you know, oatmeal is carbs. Obviously, peanut butter is pure protein, and that's the good protein. You know, old school bodybuilders use that, right? And then the eggs are also protein, but the yolk is amino acids, and you know the amino acids are what helps break all that shit down and send it into your muscles. So um you know, that's a good breakfast meal. But like it depends, because some people like to eat like birds, but they still want protein. You know, I eat like a bodybuilder. You know, I need to have a lot of food, man. Listen, I ever since I've been a youngin', right? My eyes have always been bigger than my stomach, bro. My eyes have always been bigger than my stomach. I'll make a big ass meal and then can't even eat it all. And I'll do it by myself. Like, damn, who the hell? So you know what? That's why I keep Tupperware on hand, because I'll throw the rest of that shit in some Tupperware. And here's another good thing you could do that a lot of people don't do this, right? A lot of people don't do this. When you make extra food, fill up a Tupperware bowl, and once it cools down from being off cook status, put it in the freezer. Don't put it in the fridge. Put it in the freezer, right? And imagine having a freezer full of cooked food. All you got to do is thaw it out and eat it. You don't have to thaw it out, cook it, then eat it. You could just thaw it and cook it. I mean, thaw it and eat it. I mean, you gotta warm it up and shit, but you know that's yeah. If you freeze cooked food though, you know what I'm saying. Most people use a freezer for meat, frozenness, and shit that need to be cooked. But you want to hook it up to where you got a freezer full of already cooked food. Like if you got chicken in there, cook the chicken, then freeze it. A lot of people don't do that, man. But I mean, as long as you seal it correctly, you ain't got to worry about freezer burn and all that kind of shit. Because you could put it in a Tupperware bowl and then put the Tupperware bowl inside of a big Ziploc bag, and that'll keep freezer burn off the food, right? All you got to do is reheat it in a pan and it's already ready to go. What's my plans for today? I ain't got no plans, man. Making this video and getting my views and getting my watch hours, and other than that, I ain't got no plans. It's cold outside. There's a lot of snow on the ground, and I sold my truck the other day, so shit, I ain't even got no car right now. I'm working on it though. You know me, I'm always working on something. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to see how I'm gonna get me a vehicle. Cause once I get me a vehicle, man, I won't feel so bad, right? See, I'm the kind of person that yeah, gold. Now is not a good time to buy gold though. Gold is about to top out. You should have had all your gold put up by 2022. And there's people who did. I was talking to this one guy. He said he got like 100 ounces of gold that he had bought during the pandemic. Yeah, it's gonna go up more, but it ain't gonna go up too much more. It's about to top out at about close to 6,000. It can't really go any higher. It can go higher still, don't get me wrong, but it can't go too much. It's already climbed thousands of dollars, you know what I'm saying? But we could see 10,000, an ounce. We could see that. I highly doubt it, but the thing is, right? If you remember all them shows back on Discovery Channel in the early 2000s, Barron Sea Gold, Yukon Gold, all the prospector channels and shit like that. Yeah, but nigga, like, bro, that's 10 years from now. Versace, what's going on? I ain't seen you around in a minute. Yeah, I guess, yeah, in 2035 it will hit 10K, but it's about to top out right now. And you right though. I mean, within that time frame, we talking 10 years, but in order for, and this is what I like to say, oh man, Mac Truck is in the house. I ain't seen you in a minute neither, man. Yeah, this is the first time I went live before 5 and shit, over a month. I usually go live hella late at night, but that late night shit's getting old. I gotta switch the schedule up. You know what I'm saying? Got to, man. Augie in the house. Last time I seen you, Augie, you was on your way to bed. But hey, okay, check it out. You can buy gold, but it's so damn expensive right now. And you know what? I had said this on I didn't say this on any live. I was just talking to somebody about it. I was saying how right now niggas in the hood that been buying gold for years, it's probably $25 million sitting in the hood right now, just in gold alone. If all the cats from the different neighborhoods brought all that gold together and sold it off, they could bring close to $50 million back to the hood, and then they could buy the hood back. I trade my gold to buy the hood any day. But there's a lot of gold that cats got for cheap. I remember I bought a chain. Listen, in Las Vegas in 2002. I bought a Cuban link chain with a matching bracelet for $850, and it was a total of like 50 grams of 10K, right? It was only 10K, but it was It was almost 50 grams, right? For 850. If I would have had that chain right now in 2026, that same gold that I paid 850 for back in 2002, I probably could have got $5,000, $6,000 for it. No, I wouldn't have got that much, but I could have got 4,000 easy. Yeah, that was back during my baller days, homie. I used to have a lot of gold, man. I had diamonds and everything, man. Them was my golden years, bro. Them was the real golden years, literally, man. But I had bought this Cuban link, but I don't think it was a Cuban link. I think it was a curb link, right? I think it was a curb link. It was one of those. It was either Cuban or a curb, right? But I had got it from Zales Jewelry, man. I was walking by. I went to the mall one Saturday early as fuck, right? I'm in there. Ain't even all the stores ain't even open yet. And I walked past Zales and they had just opened up, right? It was this white lady. And I looked in the case and I seen this Cuban with a matching bracelet. And you know how I used to rock my shit, right? I connected the bracelet to the chain so it would hang low. And I didn't even wear the bracelet. What's going on, Jay Biggs? I didn't even wear the bracelet, man. All I did was hook it to the necklace to make my necklace 24 inches. Man, I only paid $850 for the chain and the bracelet. And the crazy part, it was solid. It wasn't hollow gold. It was solid, man. But see, that was at the time gold prices was $1,000 an ounce. You know what I'm saying? You get an ounce of gold for a G. Now it's gonna cost you $5,100 to get an ounce of gold, bro. That's crazy, man. And motherfuckers still don't want to go out in the desert and pan for some gold. Shit, even if you get some dust, it's worth $500. Even if you get some dust and it's 100% free. And silver's hella easy. You know what's so crazy about silver, right? Silver, if you live in the desert, bro, the silver mines, you know how much silver's still down there that they left behind? Like pure silver ore that you could just break off the walls. The silver mines got a lot of silver still left in them. You know what I mean? And you ain't gonna really find that like that with gold, but you'll find that with silver. Like you go to the silver mines, you can find silver all over the caves. So if silver's supposed to be doing what they say it's doing, maybe some of these cats need to pack a backpack, put on some hiking boots, get them some rope and some flashlights and go hit one of these silver mines and see how much ore, because all you got to do to break the silver ore down is put it in the damn crucible, right? Make you some ingots. You know what I'm saying? And I know for a fact that silver mines still got hella straggler silver left behind, man. And but it's dangerous, like fucking around down in them old mines. But since precious metals is going crazy all of a sudden, it's worth it. Shit, it's where you can clean up and make $10,000. Yeah, no doubt. You know, in Nevada, not Las Vegas, right? But there's a road that leads to Laughlin. It's called Needles Highway. And as you're going down that highway, it's about a 90-mile stretch, right? That leads from the back of Las Vegas to Laughlin, which is behind California, which is right on the border of Arizona, right? But when you get out there, on your way out there, they got all these little dirt roads that are family-owned mine operations. And so you see these little towns, right? Just little town, not even big town, just little population, 500 motherfuckers. But everybody in the town works at the truck stop, the McDonald's, the gas station. But the majority of them work at the gold mines. They go 1,600 feet down. And my whole thing is this. The mines are on flat land. They're they're right by like a bunch of dry lake beds, right? So that's just proof that you don't have to get gold out the hills. You just got to be able to get down deep under there, right? But man, bro, you'll get away like a bandit right now if and see the way I'm talking about, it's all free. You ain't got to go pay no jewelry store, or you ain't got to order it offline, cuz some people still ordering coins and all that kind of shit, which is cool. Oh, Panther, what's going on, man? Which is cool and everything, but you know, it's so much free precious metal still out there right now. It's crazy. In Michigan, they be finding copper. You can be out in the forest and just find big chunks of float copper, right? I'm talking, I'm talking so heavy you gonna need 2 or 3 people to carry it back to the truck, right? You get enough of that shit, you know. Copper's not what silver and gold is worth, but I mean, let's say you had a basement full of copper. I'm talking about 200-300 pounds worth of copper. You sitting on a couple $1,000s, right? What's going on? Okay, man. What's the question? Oh, hell nah, man. Keep that shit in the coin, bro. You gotta think, man. Why would you want to change? Why would you want to? It's easier to maintain a 1 ounce coin, in my opinion, than it is to maintain. You don't want listen, man. You don't want a 24 karat gold necklace anyway, unless you're Asian. Filipinos and Asians, they like that 24K, but you turn it into a chain. I mean, you're gonna have to cut it with nickel and silver and all this shit, because it's the softest. It's so soft that you would just tug it a little bit and it'll break, right? And then you don't want to dilute your gold neither, so keep it in coin. You can store it better. If you got gold in a coin, then keep it in a coin. You could turn it into some gold too. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't do anything with it though. I'll just keep it in. I'll keep it in coin, in coin shape, because 24 karat gold is not really malleable when it comes to jewelry. I mean, there's people that wear it, but for the most part, me personally, I wouldn't wear no 24 karat gold jewelry, because being a man that works, I'll lose that chain on the first day on the job. I mean, it don't take nothing to break it. Okay. Yeah, you know what? When I lived in Vegas, bro, I found a 14 karat gold tennis bracelet with like, I forgot how many diamonds was in it, man. And then I found, right before I came here to Michigan, I found a 10 karat white gold necklace on top of a carport roof that was that we were working at one day. And the crazy part was, I was working with a partner, and he was the one that was supposed to go on the roof, but he had been getting on the roof all day. So we made an agreement that this was like one of the last jobs of the day for us. So I was like, bro, I'll get on the roof. He was like, all right, cool, I'll sling the panels up to you. So he stayed on the work truck and I jumped on the roof. Good thing I did, bro, because I found a 10 karat gold necklace up there. And when I first found it, I didn't even think it was real. I looked at it, I was like, bro, this is too shiny to be fake. So I put it in my pocket, right? The next day I went to the jewelry store, and sure enough, that motherfucker was real, man. I sold it though, man, because it was like damaged, and it was some kind of links that it was like some women's jewelry, right? But they gave me $250 for it, And then the crazy part is, that same week, I was walking to the store and I found a $100 bill on the ground. And the $100 bill that I found on the ground was crumpled up into a ball. You would never, I don't even know what made me pick it up, but I seen something on the ground that had a weird color to it. I just picked it up and I unballed it and it was $100 bill. I was like, damn, man, I've been lucky as hell this week, man. Where did them days go, man? You know? But yeah, I used to do good, man. In Vegas, when it came to gold, I used to always find gold, man. I was telling a story a few weeks ago where I was dumpster diving at work again, right? We were throwing away some material that we had repaired some shit, and we were going to throw the material away, right, at these apartments. And when we get to the dumpster, there's all this shit from somebody's apartment. Like somebody got evicted and just left a bunch of stuff behind. So we start going through it, right? You know, we just going through it. And anyways, I find all kind of books and little shit for the house. But I found this little box, bro. I opened the box and there's a gold necklace in it. So all together, man, I found 2 gold necklaces and a bracelet at my job, man. This is the best job I ever had, man. I'm gonna show you something. This is the recent thing I found at work, though. I found this at work a few months ago, right? This is a gold. This is a gold toe, like a little toe ring for a female, right? It's gold though. It's just old because it looks tarnished because I found it in a. I found this shit in a water tank, man. Like a you know, one of those vans that go in people's houses and clean the carpet, right? Well, inside of the van, there's a tank that collects the soapy water and whatever debris gets vacuumed up. And my job was to clean those tanks out, right? So one day I was cleaning the tank out and this motherfucker popped out. So this is the latest piece of gold I found. I just been holding on to it, man. It really ain't shit, but it weighs a gram. You know, it's a gram. I don't know where Music Fan is at today, Mac. I can reach out to Music Fan, but I think it's 5 o'clock. Music Fan is still at work. Music Fan don't get off until 7 o'clock my time. I think 6 or 7. So yeah, that's most likely where Music Fan is at. But yeah, this the recent piece of gold I found right here, man. And you know, it weighs a gram. I don't know what it's worth, but you know, it looked like some shit some girl wore around her pinky toe. That's what I'm assuming. But I don't know if, I think it's 14 too, because when I put it up, for example, this ring here is 10 karat, but when I put it up to the 10, it's a totally different yellow. It's darker, so I'm assuming that this is probably 14K. So I got a gram of 14K. That ain't the only gold. I got other little shit, but that's just something I found at work. So, hey man, long story short, man, I love finding free gold, bro. That's my favorite thing to do, is to come across free gold. And you'll be surprised how much free gold is laying around, bro. I heard a highway through hell up there. Highway through hell is going across Canada towards Alaska and fighting the conditions along the way. Yeah, I was towing during some of the worst winter storms, bro. I don't know if you were here that day, Mac, when I was telling you about, and it was crazy, right? Because I was winching a dude out of the ditch on the side of the freeway. He was in a Toyota Corolla, bro. And this dude was a trucker himself. When I got his car up out the ditch, it was his sister's car, but he was like, I drive a semi truck, right? But the whole time I'm sitting here trying to winch this dude out, another car loses control and starts skidding across the snowy highway right towards my tow truck, man. I thought I was finna get hit, bro. I thought for sure, man. You know, it's dangerous out there in the snow, man. But nah, this was a couple years ago. This wasn't recent. I haven't did any towing. I had a tow job lined up, but it didn't go right. It didn't go in my favor, so I didn't get the job. But I went and trained with the guys for a few days, so I rode with them, but I didn't do any towing myself. I just, you know, they were supposed to be training me, but it was some things that rubbed me the wrong way, so it didn't go through. But no, that happened in 2002, man. I mean 2022, man. But towing is very trucking in general is dangerous. And if you ever look at the statistics, man, trucking has the highest fatality rate than any other occupation in the whole entire United States of America, man. Trucking. I don't care what kind of trucking you doing, whether it's semi trucking, you know, gravel trucks, you know, tow trucks, just trucking period is the highest fatality rate in the country, man. That's the #1 dangerous job in America. And look it up, man. It's the #1 danger is driving trucks, man. Especially when you consider that most trucks that you need a CDL to drive have air brakes. And if those air brakes go out, you ain't stopping. You ain't stopping. And a lot of people ain't never even seen a damn runaway truck ramp. I grew up in California, man, up and down the Grapevine and shit. So I've seen lots of runaway truck ramps, but to ever have to use one is the difference between living and obviously not living, right? Them runaway truck ramps are scary business. If you ever have to use one, it's because you're about to lose your life. Because, like, if you've ever been out there in California on the Highway 99, which we call it the Grapevine, it leads from Los Angeles into the Bakersfield Valley, and it's got all these different grades at different points, right? And a lot of trucks lose their brakes out on that highway, man. And a lot of truckers done lost their life out there on that highway, man. I remember this one particular video I saw. It was I'm still trying, man. I'm still that shit don't scare me. I'm looking into it. I just I ain't been able to get out lately, but you know, here in Michigan I got my chauffeur's license, so you know, chauffeurs, I get to drive. Like I can drive any tow truck except for the big trucks. I can't drive them. You need a CDL. But a chauffeur's license covers the smaller trucks, right? So I already got that. And then I need to go do another deal. Hold on, man. See this damn dog barking. Come on, you wanna come in? Come on. Come on. Go this way. Sit down. Sit down. No. Lay down. Good boy. No, all the way. This damn dog be bugging me, man. He don't be bugging me, but he don't listen though. Hey, lay down. Yeah. Yeah, I made bank when I was towing, man. I made good money when I was towing. I made $1,600 off of one call one night. Off of one call, man. Towing in the Metro Detroit area, you can cash out. You know why? Because the money comes in as you work. You do a call, you make money. You do another call, you make money. And the reason I was making money was I wasn't on hourly. I was a commission-based driver. When you do commission, man, if you want to work a 12-hour shift, if you make, you know, you get a percentage of everything that you make. At the time, I was doing 30%, which is the going rate for a lot of commission spots, you know. But that 30%, think about it, 12 hours a night, 12 hours a day, you're working 6 days a week. You can run up a check all the way to $2,500 a week. You know. No, I haven't been following. I don't even recognize that name. I haven't been following nothing, man. I've been hearing everybody talk about this Epstein shit, and it kind of irritates me because, like, maybe I'm one of those rare people that just don't care about nothing they talking about when it comes to him, Donald Trump, or none of that. I just don't care. I don't care. Like, people talk about it, but ain't about to do nothing about it. So with that being said, like, you know what? I don't really, believe it or not, I don't watch a whole lot of news or YouTube or nothing, bro. I'll do my own streams, and I'll do a little bit of gaming, and I'll do a little bit of gaming, but I don't really watch the news, man. I'm starting to realize that the news is making me really understand just how fucked up America is, man. Like I already understood, but it's just like every time that the news does come across my timeline, it's like a person realized that it got even more fucked up and sinister. The lady who got kidnapped, her daughter is a news anchor. No, I haven't heard that one, man. I did see one story though today. It's not funny, but it is funny, but it's not funny, right? This girl, and the only reason I'm mentioning it is because this lady, her mom is a news anchor. Her mom is the news anchor. She was catching the Uber from her job, right? And when the Uber pulled up, the Uber driver told old girl that she had to put all her property in the trunk of the car. She couldn't put it in the back seat, right? So the lady was like, well, I need to use some of my stuff. And then the Uber driver was like, you got to put it in the trunk. So the lady was like, all right, I'll put it in the trunk, right? So she goes to put it in the trunk, right? And as soon as she put all her bags in the trunk, the Uber driver took off on her ass. And only reason the news picked up the story was because her mom works for the news station. I was like, damn, that's some cold shit. And then when she filed a complaint with Uber, all they said is you have to file a lost property report. Basically, they not finna do nothing for her at all. I'm like, well, that's unfortunate. Make me not want to, you know, drive an Uber, or just don't bring none of your shit with you, because if that happens and that's all they gonna do is have you file a loss of property report, that means they not giving you nothing back. That's what that means, right? filing a lost property report, if you don't got receipts and you're going to end up in court and you're only going to get 10% of whatever your losses were, then shit. But I've been telling people that Uber just changed their whole structure on how you ride with them anyway. That basically, if you get hurt in an accident that a Uber driver causes, you're barely covered, bro. You might as well be driving in your own car with no insurance. That Uber shit is garbage, and they be overcharging. If anybody knows about Uber, most people who don't have a car know about them. Hey man, when you need to go to work early in the morning or something, right? They hit you with the busy hours, the peak hours, where the ride goes from $11 up to $60, and you trying to figure out how is that even possible? Well, when you learn that these companies ain't nothing but energy vampires, then you'll understand that they didn't never give a damn about providing you with a ride from the beginning. They just cared about becoming corporate billionaires. But people, they need Uber, so taxi cabs are too expensive. The city bus don't take you everywhere you need to go. Shit, up where I live, there ain't even no city bus over this way. It ain't even no city bus, man. You kind of gotta find a way to get around over here. And during the wintertime, it's really, I mean, if you don't mind walking in 0-degree weather, as long as you got a warm coat and some good pants, I guess you'll be all right. But you won't be catching the bus unless you walk. Holy love Jesus. What's going on, man? Holy love Jesus. You ain't no bot, right? You a real person, right? You a genuine, living, breathing person? Oh yeah. With a yo, guess what? Most definitely. Hey, I already know Jesus loves me, man. I already know. I love Jesus as well, man. I love the idea of knowing that something like a creator loves me back, bro. You know, no, hey Mac, to answer your question, no, I haven't heard about it, and I would say I look into it, but man, I be telling people that shit all the time, and then I forget, and I don't look into it, and then and then even if I do look into it, the person that asked me to look into it ain't around no more for us to talk about it, or they do come back and I didn't look into it, then I feel guilty about it because I'm like, dang, man, this person asked me if I would check this out and kept asking me, and I said I would, and I still haven't done it. So maybe I might. Now that you mentioned it, the algorithm might put it in front of my face whether I like it or not. But you know what? I'm about to get back to my original my little short videos like I was doing at first, man. I don't know. Ever since I switched up the way I was doing my short videos, man, seems like people don't like them. They're not getting traction. So I'm gonna switch back over to my original ones, man. The way I was doing them in the beginning. See if I regain my traction because ever since I stopped doing those, man, my channel went down like significantly, man. And I'm still trying to understand how that even happened, man. Well, I can understand how it happened. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no doubt, man. Bible with CJ. Let me see. That's not who the one dude, is it? I can check while I'm on. Yeah, CJ, I see that you got a good thing going, man. Absolutely, man. You know, as long as you know that's what you really on, bro. That's what I'm on. As long as I'm the kind of person where I respect whatever people be on within the parameters of morals, self-respect, and you know, um, not even relevance, but just my respect goes to the limits of if what you're doing is morally on a good note, it's respectable, and it's a good thing, right? Even if it's not a good thing. I don't even know how to say that. But at any rate, what I was going to say is, man, just stand on what you believe, right? And I'll never have a problem with you or what you're doing, right? Even racist people. Just make sure that's the energy that you portray at all times. You know, one thing I heard about the internet is a trap, bro. And this is why. Because if you push a narrative on the internet, the reason why you don't want to lie to anybody is because whatever narrative that you push on the internet, a lot of people, especially people that follow you, they expect for you to push that same narrative in real life. Which is funny because I always thought that, well, rappers be lying. They push these ridiculous narratives and they don't live by that shit. So why does a content creator have to do it? I don't know, but that's that's uh that's how it goes on the internet is, you push your narrative, you gotta kind of have that same energy even when you're not on the internet, which I don't agree with that shit, but that's what they say. I agree with it to a certain degree though. Like if I meet somebody that I watch on the internet and this motherfucker ain't nothing like the person that I watched on the internet in person, then I'm gonna be kind of upset. I'm gonna be like, damn, man, y'all got us out here following illusions and shit, man. But then again, a lot of times when you follow rappers and movie stars, the entire Hollywood, you're buying into illusions, right? Because those characters that they made millions of dollars on, that's not who they really are, right? They just have that expectation for the content creators. But I'm like, no, maybe sometimes, but not every creator. And then I feel like even so, hey man, if you come with real content and it's something that's easy to believe in, like Bible with CJ, that ain't nothing, right? The only thing I would say is I hope I never go to a strip club and I see CJ sitting at the strip club throwing dollars, right? Then I'd be like, wait a minute, man. I thought you said, that kind of stuff, right? You know, then again, I've only been to one strip club my entire life. I only been to one, and that one was like, it wasn't even a big one. It was a small one. I had a good time though. I went on my birthday, man, and I threw exactly $3 on the stage. I had three $1 bills left over off some change from 7-Eleven, right? And I was like, you can have these $3 stripper. They're for you. And it was a totally nude strip club too, right? But it was like this: they do three dances, right? The first dance they're not nude. Then the second dance they do one without the top, and then the third dance they're totally nude. So there was this one stripper that I liked when I went there. I really liked her. So I went and sat on the stage and pulled my little $3 out. Like, yeah, I'm finna tip her. I'm finna tip her, right? Like, shit. If you door dashing, $3 is a good little tip, right? So she's sitting up here dancing. I gave her $1 for each dance. Do do do. I gave her $1 for each dance, and then I taught her it's my birthday, baby, so I can't just spend all my money here with you. It's my birthday, so take these $3 and let that be a down payment on your phone number. So I never got her number. I remember her name though. Her name was Future. Yep, that was her name, Future. But I can't put out the name of the strip club I was at. But it was a club in Las Vegas, man. So $3, homie. I swear on my mama, I was only tipping $3 that night. But you know why though? I wasn't expecting to go to a strip club. Number one. Number two, I had just got out of jail like the night before that, and I went with someone else, and so I wasn't prepared to go, but I did have that $3 on me, so that's what I tipped old girl. And since it was 3 dances, and then I remember, as a matter of fact, when I first moved to the stage, I accidentally touched the stripper, right? And the security guard came and put his hand on my shoulder, but I could tell that it would have been a lot worse if I would have did it again. But he was just big old black nigga. He was like, look, hey, you can't be touching the girls. I'm like, oh, well shit, she made it seem like it was cool. No, no, man. No. Like I said, the people I was with stripped. I mean, they tipped better. And you know what else? So before the stripper came on stage, the one that I sat in front of, there's this other stripper, right? And so she gets ready to do her set, and I'm still sitting up against the wall having a drink, right? And so she gets ready to go into her first set. And I guess she's one of those girls that likes to twirl on the pole and do all this type of shit. So she goes and grabs the pole, right? And when she grabs the pole, it was wet. Man, she must have fell. I'm talking about the whole building went boom. And then she started crying and shit, right? So she talking about that the girl before her left juice on the pole and made it slippery, and they didn't come wipe the pole down for the next girl. So she get up there and try to, I don't know what the hell she tried to do. I just know she slipped off the pole, man, right there in front of everybody, bro, and hit the stage is made out of wood. So if you fall on it hard, it'll shake the whole building, right? It'll make like a you will be able to hear that somebody fell. So she's mad. She flipping out on the girl that had came out before her, and we just sitting there laughing. I'm like, damn, this is what the strip club is like, huh? It was a club in Vegas though we went to, man. It was on the strip. It's still out there too, man. No, Future came after that girl. You alright? You alright? Dog over here making weird sounds, man. Yeah, man. But it was cool. You know, all in all, man, that was a cool little birthday present for me, man. But I had just got out of jail, and I believe that was a time when I had just got out of prison. That wasn't even jail. That was prison I got out of. So I didn't have any money, man. That little $3 I had was some like off a $20 bill that maybe my sister gave me or something. So I was always doing bad, but I did a lot of good too though, man. Like I had a lowrider in Vegas. I had a lowrider and a lowrider bike in Vegas. I had a whole bunch of jewelry. You know, I worked at my same job for 10 years. You know, I wasn't no bad dude. And I still, yeah, I had a lowrider, man. I had a 1984 Cutlass Supreme, man. It didn't have switches on it or nothing. The police took it from me, man. The police kept taking my car. I kept getting it back until that last time they took it. They made sure I couldn't get it back, but they kept taking it from me. And the way they took it from me the last time was they put me in jail with no charges filed and left me in jail for 3 weeks while my car was sitting in impound and I didn't have no way to get it back. So it ended up getting auctioned off, man. Like they real dirty out there. Like they don't have hearts, bro. They don't have hearts. They look at the people as the enemies, man. So, you know, they got their own little police cult. So if they start coming after you, man, like you got to be careful because like those cops out there, they evil, bro. They like I swear to God, they evil, man. They evil as fuck too. They don't care. I didn't see them shoot cats in the face and kill them like, and then say he did something that we know he didn't really do nothing, but they said, oh, he was reaching for something, so he shot him in the face 11 times. You know, but they took my car, bro. And then the night they took it, they tried to set me up. They tried to set me up and say that first they said I had a warrant, and then they said that they found these bags of drugs, right? And so they put them on the hood of my car, and I'm looking, I'm like, that ain't no fucking drugs, man. That's a bag of lint. And he was like, well, we ain't gonna know what it is till we test it. I'm like, bro, I'm looking right at it. These dudes had bags of lint, and they try to say it was weed. Anyway, they took me to jail, man. No charges filed. I got out. What I should have did was sued them, and I could have got another car. But I was ignorant to the law back then. I'm still ignorant. I'm still ignorant to the law now. I mean, it takes a lot to learn the law to the point where you can, take action against something like a police force. But they took the car from me. They put me in jail. They did a lot of shit that, was fucked up. But that wasn't even the first time they took my car, man. I remember another night they took my car because I was on the strip. I had a 30-day tag in the window. And I had just got to the strip, right? I just bent the corner off of Flamingo onto Las Vegas Boulevard. And honestly, I was only on the strip that night because I got a homeboy from Chicago that had a Caprice that he had just got redone. He had the 26s on it. He had a Gucci top on it. And at first, he had it silver with the Raiders helmet right at the back of the car. It was a Raiders themed car, but he had got it redone. And he wanted me to come see it because he had just got this Gucci top put on it. And he had already heard that I had the lowrider, right? Because I know his pops. And I had just left his pops' house because his pops had a Oldsmobile Delta 88 on 22-inch spokes. So I went over to his pops' house and hung out with his pops for a little while. And then from there, I was like, I'm going to go meet up with your son on the strip because he got the Caprice out tonight. So I went down to the strip to meet up with his son, and before I could even meet up with his son, I got pulled over by the police. And they wanted to shoot me that night. Like, they wanted to really cause harm. I could tell because, like, I was just driving in traffic, right? And this bike cop comes up on the side of me, and he just sticks his arm into my car. I don't even know it's the police. I didn't even see him come up. Anyway, he sticks his arm in my car and tries to take the keys out the ignition. Why? His bike is still rolling and my car is still rolling. And I'm like, wait, I've seen this before. This is what they do when they're going to try to kill you, right? This is how they set it up to make it look like I try to run him over or just something. This is how they do it. Like they sit up there and they be high as fuck off cocaine and methamphetamine, stealing everything from people on the strip all fucking night. And then they find them a target to where they just gonna take your ass out. So when I seen what was going on, man, I slammed on the brakes like hard to where he like fell up against the side of the window. But I don't care. Like you're not finna get me for claiming I try to run you over when I ain't do nothing. So I stop, right? And I hurry up and I jam the car in park and I pull the keys out away from him. And this fool starts wrestling me from outside of the car while I'm inside of the car because he wants my keys that bad. He's willing to unalive me to get these keys. And it's just like this is my car. But he wants the keys so bad that he's ready to take me out for these keys, right? So finally he yanks open the door. He just yanks me out the car. So I start yelling because it was like at a time when there was a lot of people on the strip. So I start yelling. I just start just yelling all kind of shit for whoever's on the strip to like to help, right? Man, God must have been looking down at me this night because this group of white girls stopped, about 5 of them, and they all start filming the police. So I asked them if they could take my attorney's phone number down so they could call him real quick, right? Man, I ain't got no damn attorney, man. I was just finessing, right? But it worked. Let me tell you why it worked, though. So they was like, all right, what's the number? So I start giving them my brother's phone number. And the cop that initially started all this shit leaned into my ear and says, tonight's your lucky night, motherfucker. I'm going to let you go, but we're keeping your car. But the whole time he's saying this, they now got me in the front of my own car. So I'm looking over the roof of my car behind it, and I see like 15 cops running full speed in my direction. So now I'm getting kind of scared. I'm like, damn, what's all these cops running over here? I'm thinking something bad's about to happen to me, right? So I start yelling since these girls are filming. I start yelling this shit. I'm like, man, these people are violating my rights, man. This cop trying to rob me, man. He about to try to kill me or something. I ain't did shit, man. And it was so much commotion, bro. I had 3 bags of weed on me, right? This was at a time when weed was illegal in Vegas, man. It was so much commotion, the police forgot to search me, man. I swear to God, they forgot to search me, right? So I give the girls my brother's number and they start calling him, right? They start calling him, but the police really think that they calling the lawyer. At least that's what it seemed like they thought. So then the cop makes me turn around and speak to him. And I mean, this fool's breath, I still remember to this day, his breath smelled like garlic and Doritos, right? And he's just in my face, spit getting on my face. But I got to keep my composure if I want to get out of this shit. Because now I got about 15 police surrounded me, man. And they're just looking at me like doing this kind of shit. They just looking like they ready to fuck me up. All because I hit the strip in my lowrider, man. Eventually, they done searched the car 3 or 4 times. They don't find that. They do everything but search me, bro. They don't search me, man. And I got weed in my pocket. It'd have been a straight shot to the county jail. So they let me go with the weed. I'm like, what the hell? Okay. So I'm thinking the worst. I'm thinking they about to fuck me up because not long before this, they killed some dude the same way. Talking about he had his music too loud. A bike cop rode up on the side of him, reached in his car and tried to take his keys out. And the guy tried to speed off and they shot him and ended his life. But that's why I hit the brakes because I'm like, I remember that story. He was in a clean ass Camaro on 22. It was a nice car. And he spent his last day on earth in that nice car too, man. And I'm looking at that like this is the same situation, man. They not finna sacrifice me out here like this, man. So when he reached in my car, I slammed on the brakes, put it in park, and pulled the keys out. I should have threw them, but I didn't want to throw them into the crowd because I probably would have never got my car again. I would have had to get a whole new steering column And my shit was clean, man. It was cherry red. It was the Brougham edition, so I had all the chrome and moldings going around the bottom. No dents, no scratches, all leather interior, sunroof with mirror tint on the car. Man, my shit was nice, man. I got it from this white dude from Seattle that he came to Vegas with his girl, but they ran out of money. They was doing bad, so he sold the Cutlass for the low. It didn't even have the rims on it when I got it. I just happened to know somebody on the east side who had a bunch of Daytons under his house. So as soon as I got the car, I must have drove it on the regular Cutlass rims for about a week. And then I hit my boy up and was like, hey man, I need 4 14s and I need 4 adapters. And he was like, all right, I got you, man. I'll even throw in a couple extras. So I went over to his house on Saturday morning. I got the rims. I went straight from his house to the tire shop. Got 4 brand new tires. My bad. I'm wrong. I went from his house back to my house and dropped the 2 spares he gave me off. And I kept the other 4 in the car. And I went from my house to the tire shop. Wrapped them bitches in brand new 14-inch white walls. And then I went from there to the car wash. And I already had a little crate full of my shit I was going to clean the rims with. Man, I was riding clean in the motherfucker, man. And the police took my shit, man. You know, they took it. But it's all good, man. I've had other nice whips since then, but that was my only old school that I had. And, you know, when I had that car, people was trying to get me to join the lowrider clubs in the area. You'll be amazed how a nice car can open doors for you, bro. Cause I got a few doors open for me just by driving that car, man. And I just got lucky, man. I met a dude that was down on his luck, him and his girl. He sold me the car for the low. And the crazy part about it was this: the money that I had was an inheritance from when my mom passed away. It wasn't a lot of money, but it was a couple thousand. But I had used it to get this Cutlass, right? And I was just talking about this the other night. I not only did I buy the Cutlass, but this little female I was messing with at the time, her name was Constance, right? Constance was from Alabama. And I bought her a little $400 moped and shit because she was the supervisor at Macy's at the mall out there in Vegas. So she was walking when I met her. And it wasn't that long of a walk, but it was just like, here, girl, take this moped. Now you ain't got to walk. Just hit the back streets all the way to your house. And she was happy. Bought her a little goofy ass helmet and everything. And but anyways, the police ended up taking the car from me. And then she told me that some Mexicans stole her moped, which I wouldn't doubt it because it's a lot of Mexicans in Vegas. So I lost the Cuddy Mac, and she lost the moped. And I had ended up buying a Malibu after that. I bought a Malibu, then I bought a LaCrosse, a Buick LaCrosse. And then my cousin bought a Buick LeSabre. But when I bought my Cutlass, my brother bought a Buick Riviera. So we all had whips at the time, but he didn't buy a 90s Riviera. My brother bought a 64 Riviera, all black, lowered to the ground. But when he got it, somebody had it hot rodded out, and he went to the junkyard and got the original Riviera wheels and put them on it. And he ended up selling it to this car dealer from New York City. He ended up making a little profit off his car. I didn't make shit. I lost, man. These motherfucking police, they dirty as fuck, man. You know, and the thing was, I ain't never did nothing to them damn police, man. It's just the police out there in Vegas, they corrupt just like anywhere else, man. They deal with the streets, so they, you know, if they see a come up that's worth their time, your ass will become a target. And I be telling people, man, I don't know why you think the police only here to protect and serve when the police will rob your ass the same way a street dude will rob you. So will the police. They'll straight rob you, man. I got robbed for my diamond earrings, man. Where you think I got robbed at? Inside of the police department. I got robbed for 2 diamond earrings by the police. They took them. I don't care if it was the property clerk. I don't care if it was a street cop. Where in Europe would I like to travel, man? Well, I need to go to London. Is where I need to go. Cause there's this girl in London. Maybe not too far, like Westminster area. I think that's London, but definitely London. Even though London is just like America, I want to go hit London just so I can hit the countryside, bro. But yeah, I'm in a United States city, and I'm in the state of Michigan. Yeah, I'm in the United States of America, bro. Hey, you know what I heard, right? That these drunk driving accidents that they be having, when it's a really bad accident and there's casualties, right? The When there's blood on the scene, they say that a sure way to know if the victim was drinking is when you walk up to the car and there's blood everywhere. You can smell the alcohol inside of the blood that's leaked out of the body. That's how they know right away that the person passed away of being under the influence, right? And obviously, they go on to say that the more that the person was drunk, the stronger the alcohol is in the blood. And that's straight out the state trooper's mouth. You can smell the blood inside, or the alcohol inside the blood. And they don't even have to run a test. It'll be so strong in the person's blood that you damn near can smell what kind it was. Like, oh, he was drinking brandy, or oh, this is vodka. That's crazy. I think tequila smells different from all the other alcohols out there. Tequila smells different and shit. But yeah, though, hey, I'm gonna get back on later though, man. I'm gonna end this for now. I'll be back on in a little while.